moving on to more than one thing, the multi-hyphenate era. Y'all, where my ladies at? I hope they all here, okay? Okay, let me introduce to y'all Tanya Marie, JaNa Craig, Angela Stevens, moderated by Maude. Hey, ooh, y'all look good. Y'all look good. Hello, hello. Woo.
Hello, hello. Well, I am very excited to moderate this brilliant panel about really the era of the multi-hyphenate. Doing one thing is not enough. And I think what we've been seeing and what I love here is we have amazing examples of true women that are the multi-hyphenate in their own right. And I'm excited to dive into this. And I think what I want to start off with really is around when you think about the multi-hyphenate ethos, what does that mean to you personally? So we hear multi-hyphenate a lot, but what does it mean to you?
I would say it's just the ability to do multiple things at once, specifically multiple things that you love, whether it's content creation, being an entrepreneur or TV personnel, but allowing to just go for what you believe in and managing yourself well enough to do them all at once.
Amazing. Tanya, for you?
Yeah, I think the world tries to put us in a box a lot of the times, right? They want us to niche down or don't do too much of this or don't do too much of that. And I think when you really start to lean into who you are, personality, your identity, that's when the magic happens.
Angela?
Hi, guys. I think for me, being multi-hyphenate just means like following your intuition and trusting your creativity and allowing it to guide you. A lot of times, especially creatives, we get in these ruts and we have to find other ways to express ourselves and create in different formats. And so I think just believing in what you think of before it comes to fruition is so important, and that's what makes you multi-hyphenate.
So I'm going to jump a little bit, and Tanya Marie, go to you. So being, from more of an identity standpoint, Congolese American, and really leaning into self-love and authenticity when it comes to how you inform your brand that you've built, how has being a multi-hyphenate helped you amplify your voice?
Yeah, I think when I first started this thing, it was just beauty, and that was like me kind of hiding myself behind all this beautiful art that I was making. And when I became a mother and I had some babies, I had to really look inward. I had to really lean into who am I? What makes me come alive, right? What feeds me? And being a Congolese American woman, Black woman, it's complicated. That's a complicated identity. There's not a lot of Congolese people. Are there some Congolese people in here? Anybody? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, we got one.
We got a couple? All right. Okay, so we're lean, but we're strong, baby, okay? And so leaning into that and realizing that that is my superpower and that people need that. People need representation of all things. There's whatever you're into, there's a community out there for you. And we just see these as, beauty, fashion, lifestyle. That's it. No, there's like literally so much more for us. And we're just scratching the surface of that. And I think being, multi-hyphenate, that's what that's all about, right? It's making space for people to come out and be who they are at the end of the day.
I absolutely love that. Now, Angela, just jumping to you a little bit more, you kind of do it all. So, celebrity hairstylist, I should say Emmy award-winning celebrity hairstylist. Clock it. Creative director, brand consultant, entrepreneur, shout out.
Mom.
That part.
And also author. So, for you, when was the moment when you realized, I can do it all? Like, what was that moment for you?
To be honest, I don't think you can do it all, ever. I think that certain things lack. Something's gonna fall. But I think you should still continue to be motivated in, your dreams. Don't ever think that just because you're doing one thing, you can't dream bigger and want more and think outside the box. But a lot of times, again, like I said, we get in these creative ruts, and the best way to get out of one is to keep creating. Keep sharing. Like she said, keep sharing your stories. Keep sharing the things that you're afraid to share. I mean, sometimes. Some people overshare.
Well, there's that.
But for the most part, you know, the things that you're afraid to put out there are the things that people need to hear. And you will create a whole new base of people who are following you, cheering for you, want to support you. And it inspires them, too.
Yes. So, JaNa, before I get to you, I want to ask another question to everyone on the panel, really around doing it afraid, right? So I want to build a little bit on what Angela shared about sometimes you may feel, oh, do I look awkward creating this video? Do I look awkward to create this content? How do you get over that? Or how do you face that fear and still put it out there?
I think we're our worst critics. So I kept on telling myself when I first started creating content, like, ill my hair, like, ill my makeup, like, ill my voice. I cannot stand my voice. You guys have no idea. I don't know.
We
Are
love
you
it.
listening to it right now?
Yeah.
But it is my brand, exactly. And I learned when I first got out there that they're going to judge you guys regardless. So you might as well do what you want. Like, people are already going to talk, so might as well put what you want out there. And most of the time, whenever I judged myself, it ended up being, like, the best content out there. Or, like, a lot of people would, like, DM me, like, girl, thank you so much for that video. Like, I was so nervous to do something like that, but knowing that you did it, I can do it myself. So I told myself, I'm going to just start putting everything out there. If they hate it, if they love it, I really don't care.
I love it. So, JaNa, I'm gonna stay with you before we continue on that question. Is, you know, you transitioned from a day trader. I think some know, but not everyone knows. Then going into FBA entrepreneur, and then of course into a reality TV star, and now a content business owner. So for you, what was the pivot moment where you said, I'm gonna go all in and embrace being a multi-hyphenate, where sometimes people take a step back and say, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do that?
Yeah. I think it was coming off the show. I was blessed with so many opportunities, and it was really stressful juggling them all at once, as well as the Amazon FBA and the day trading and the short-term rentals. And I told myself, like, those were my dreams before being a content creator. Like, I've always wanted to become a serial entrepreneur. And I just sat down and I prayed, and I was like, Father God, I want to do everything, anything and everything. And he literally said, then do it. And I was like, okay. So, yes, sir. So I just realized, like, you can literally do anything and everything you want. Like, there's 24 hours in a day. If you use them wisely, you can achieve way more than you could ever dream of. And I think just having a very solid team that keeps me organized and on it, as well as being, like, consistent and persistent, like, that's what helps me do everything that I do.
I love it. I love it. And Tanya, just building more on the content creation piece is, I know I just talked about doing it afraid, but I'm going to lean into a little bit more about making the investment. And I think a lot of us in this room saw your brilliant, brilliant Halloween production that you went all out on.
Yes.
And I want you to talk about it. So I'm not going to steal the thunder, but I want you to talk about really what made you make that investment, do the production, and create just brilliant, brilliant, brilliant masterpiece, and really take it to the next level, I think, around what content creation can be, especially as a multi-hyphenate.
Yeah, I think I've been doing the content creator thing for like 5 years now, and I had 2 babies, and I think going through postpartum, you sometimes feel asleep. The life, everything is going on around you, but you're like, how do I reconnect with myself? I've always been a theater kid. I've always been a creative. I've always been quirky, dorky, all the things. And you kind of forget that a little bit. And so when Wicked came as an idea, I just love the movie. I love the musical. And this is the year to do the costume. It's the perfect year to be Alphaba, okay? The black girls are pulling up, and they did. And I was like, this is the year to do it. But what I realized is I connected to that character on a way deeper level. And I wanted to pay tribute to what Cynthia did for Black women in that space and raise her voice so that more doors can be open for women of color like that. And I just wanted to give her flowers.
Yeah.
And through that, I discovered so many of the things that I was sleeping on for myself. Right? So many of these like creative things that I've been wanting to do that I couldn't do, I was finally able to do them. So investing what may be a Birkin for some into a Halloween project, it made complete sense for me. And I will be at the premiere.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
So,
that sounds like an ROI right there. That investment paid off.
It was well worth it. And I think I'm on a path of just rediscovering that content creation is just a sliver of what is for me.
Yes.
And I'm excited.
Well, I'm ready for the media company now. That's what it sounds like, multi-hyphenate. I love it. So Angela, leaning a little bit more into the beauty professional side, we have some amazing beauty professionals here with us in the audience.
Shout out to the Glam Fam.
Come on, Glam Fam.
Where y'all
I mean,
at?
they got me together today, so thank you. But just leaning in a little bit more on that with the perspective of maybe content creation not being your full-time job. How have you been able to master that and still become a multi-hyphenate as, also a celebrity hairstylist?
Honestly, just do what you can when you can. Don't put too much pressure on yourself to make it perfect or to post 5 days a week, 7 days a week. But when you are gonna post something that you're really passionate about. It doesn't always have to be your client. It can be your perspective. Like, I recently just kind of started sharing my perspective more than I normally do. And just walking in here today, at least 5 people came up to me like, girl, you was talking on that video. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, let me open that up. My son is also hard of hearing, and I've been learning sign language for about 2 years, and I just shared. I was so scared to show myself signing. And that video got the most views in all of my videos recently. And so I'm just like, let the people know what else I do and who else I am. And it's just okay to do that. A lot of times we just get so scared, or we're like, I don't know how people are gonna receive this. But it does open up other doors. Me talking about my perspective, it's like schools are reaching out like, hey, can you come to our school and speak to our students? Can you do this? And so that's always kind of been the way I've led my career, is I will do something just out of my own desires, and then it would lead to another opportunity, and then another opportunity leads to another opportunity, and you just keep rolling.
I love that. I love that. I think really leaning into finding the time and doing it when you can, because sometimes, I don't know if you all have felt this, is you feel so much pressure to make the content, and then you're editing it, and then you're like, this is not good, I don't want to put it up, but you've put all these hours and time in it, and sometimes, I think, JaNa, to your point, is that that's the best performing content. So I want to touch a little bit around prioritization as a multi-hyphenate, right? Because when you can do a lot, can you go back to, which one was first for you? So whether that was being a creator, an entrepreneur, community builder, and then how did you then learn how to prioritize all the different skill sets and abilities that you have?
I think what I've learned is prioritizing yourself first is the most important. Once you do that, then you can decide, okay, what else takes precedence? And also working with people, not just building your own team, but working with other creatives across the board allows you to do more with less time versus thinking that you have to own everything by yourself.
Tanya?
Yeah, when I first started, I thought I had to do everything alone, right? I was like, I can only do it. It has to be done by me. No one else can help me. And I just think that was a really terrible mindset to start with, because there's nothing better than doing something with a community and you guys saying we did this together. That feeling is like fire. I don't even know. And so I've built out a team now that supports me, and I'm now able to take on way more than I thought I ever could, because I've now let go of this control that I had to touch every single thing, from PR to just everything had to be me. Yeah. And it's been the shackles. I've been freed of the shackles, and now I'm doing it with amazing Black women.
Amazing.
And it's awesome.
I love that.
So I think just being okay with leaning into having a little bit of help here and there is okay. Yeah. And asking questions when you're in rooms with people that you aspire to be like. It's okay to be curious. Keep the curiosity. Continue to be open to learning. You don't know everything. No one knows anything. We're all winging it. Yeah. So I just think continue to preach what you want out into the world. Speak it out loud. You don't know who's listening. And they might open a door for you, and it leads to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. And it's just like a ripple effect.
Yeah.
That was such a good answer.
Yeah. Very good.
Really good answer.
All right, go ahead and follow that.
That's me. Names. No, I'm kidding. I think I started off with entrepreneurship, and then I became TV personality, and then it moved on to content creation. If I'm being honest, you guys, I didn't expect myself to be a content creator. I kind of just got thrown in there. I would just make videos, and people loved it, and I was like, wow, thanks. But if I'm being honest, I think the key to being successful in this area is like baby steps. You don't have to know everything at once. You don't have to feel like you need to be perfect. It's the people that want to perfect their anything, it's gonna actually slow you down. It's like I learned when I was growing my brand and my business, like it doesn't have to be perfect. Just let people know who you are. As you go along the way, you will learn and you'll grow. And as you mentioned, it's really good. You have to ask questions. There's a lot of things that we don't know, and if you don't ask, the answer will always be no. And I'm not shy. If I don't know a word, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I don't know what that word means. Like, can you define it for me? Because I'd rather ask than try to act like I do know, and then you kind of feel like, you're lost or confused. Yeah, but I would say like having a really good team is so important. Just to have people in your circle that support you, that see your vision, that respect you, look up to you, and want nothing but the best for you, that will help you go a very long way as well. And if you're too afraid to reach out to have a team, just having supportive like family and friends, like, hey, can you help me record this? Or like, hey, like, can you help me edit this? It's gonna make you go way further than you could ever imagine. It's like, I highly, highly recommend it. But yeah, I think baby steps is the key to be able to handle multiple things at once.
Okay. And now maybe a fun one to toss out, and anyone can answer this, is, so the annoying part about the multi-hyphenate is they're good at everything. And everyone's like, man, dang, she's really good at it.
Are we?
So what about talking about some of the things maybe that you're not good at
Yeah.
as a multi-hyphenate?
Oh, I know. I'm type B over here. Okay.
Really?
I have it together, but like, it's been nice to have a team and be able to not think about all the little things, like the administrative things, and be able to just really step into my creativity. Like, it's hard when you're doing every little thing because your lights, your camera, you're the wardrobe, you're the makeup, you're the hair, and sometimes all of that can overwhelm you. It almost clouds your creativity because it's so much work to do it all. And just one person maybe just saying, you're in frame, could change your whole video, literally. So for me, I think, it's just nice. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I'm a
Angela?
Virgo, so I am good at everything. No.
Virgo, where are all the Virgos in the house? Virgos,
We make it
Virgos.
look easy, baby. No.
I see y'all.
But honestly, for me, getting married, because I used to do everything by myself, and I felt like I was hustling backwards. It was so hard. And then I got married, and like my husband is very like, he's like a mathematical mind. He's all about the numbers. And like you mentioned, like I don't like doing paperwork, and I don't like doing more of the strategy and analytics. And so just like having somebody else help me with that. And then like you guys have been saying, like having the right people on your team, like my lawyer, oh my gosh, she is such an OG. Like she is amazing. I could not navigate the industry. Like I've been in front of the camera, behind the camera, different contracts, different brand ambassadorships and all kind of stuff. And just like having somebody to really talk it through with, and also talk to her about like what I'm thinking about so she can strategically plan, because thinking about all that in your head, it can get so overwhelming that you're like, oh my God. But like just not being afraid to like talk to other people and find the minds that work differently than yours will make you so much stronger.
JaNa?
Yeah, so I'm not good at everything. I'm actually kind of trash at a lot of things that you guys think I'm good at. Like my agent's editing, like recording right now, because I was like, I can't record. But my mentor taught me something really important. It's when you don't know something, you need to ask someone else for help, or if you can't do something on your own, you hire someone else to do it, and then ask them to teach you along the way. And that's literally what I'm doing right now. Like my YouTube videos, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't edit those. Like, oh my gosh. No, my editor does an amazing job, and she teaches me along the way as she edits for me. So, like, my mentor taught me the best way to be successful is to hire others to do the job for you and then allow them to teach you along the way. And that's literally what I'm doing right now. So just not being afraid to ask for help and bring others into your circle. That's what I think is probably separating you from like wherever you want to be right now.
I love that. And that may be the difference in reaching your full potential.
Mm-hmm.
And, to lean into a little bit more around, we hear a lot about the power of yes, but I want to talk about the power of no.
Ooh, come on now.
So, with being a multi-hyphenate, how do you balance being able to build up the courage to say no, and when you do say no? How have you been able to navigate that? And Angela, maybe I'll start with you down at the end.
So it took for me to have a child that learned that learned me my no real quick. I was like, no, no. How much? No. Like, I didn't do that before. I think I existed in much more of a scarcity mindset combined with, like, this hustle mentality where I was just always saying, yes, yes, yes. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, I'll figure it out. And then once I became a mom and I moved further away and, like, I was just like, this does not work for me. And no, I don't want to think about this. I don't care about that. And sometimes, like, you have to have moments where you do say no so you can look at everything on your table and decide what's the most important. And then you can realize that, you know, these are the things that I love. These are the gifts that I'm excited about, and build from there. But if you just keep kind of adding, it becomes chaotic, you know, and nobody wants to live in chaos.
Thank you. Tanya?
Yeah, I think it's practice, right? I don't think I'm perfect at saying no all the time. Have I gotten better? Yes, but it's a journey. There are so many times where I've said yes to things that I knew I shouldn't have said yes to because I thought I had to, right? Again, that survival mindset. Like, oh, I have to do this because this is the only way I'm going to get this opportunity. But once you start practicing no, you will start to see people really putting some respect on your name, okay? They're like, oh, she don't play. Hold on. Like, I have had people now that I know that say no, they're like, oh, I won't bring you this rate because I know that it's low for you and I don't want to disrespect you. And I'm like, if I would have never said no, they would have never felt that. Yeah. They would have brought me that low rate and I would have said yes and that would have been the end of it. And so it's practice, and it can start with just simple things. When it comes to your time, time is money, okay? Your time is so important. So whether it's who you hang out with, I don't want this in my space. I'm saying no to that. Or, hey, family that's not supportive. Hey, I can't handle that right now. No. You know, those little baby steps, and then it just goes from there. But it's not easy, and there's times and there's seasons where I'm good at it, and there's seasons where I'm terrible at it. So just give yourself grace, but I think continue to practice it, and you will notice the shift in the room very quickly.
I love that.
It's funny you ask because right now I'm in this era where I say yes to anything and everything. And so I told my team, like, yes to everything, like, just to get back outside because it was a rough summer for me. But I've learned the power of
Team JaNa all the way. I just want to say that. Just want to say that. Just
Period.
want to say that.
That part.
I'm going to leave it
That
alone.
part.
I'm going to leave it alone. I just wanted to say
Thank you
that.
guys. I love you guys so much, more than you'll know. Thank you so much. Thank you for that. So as you know, I had a rough summer. But I told myself I'm going to get back outside. I'm going to say yes to everything, just like to distract me. But the power of saying no is very, very sentimental to me right now because no matter how good the opportunity sounds, your mental health has to come first. Your morals have to come first. I tell myself everything I do, I have to remember that there's my family, my friends looking at me, but there's like young girls, especially young, beautiful black girls looking up to me, and I'd never want them to feel the need to do something because, like, you know, like the idol or someone that they look up to does it, right? So the power of no is so beautiful, and I've learned, just like you said, like when you say no, the amount of respect you gain, the amount of more opportunities that come your way, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful thing. But yeah, I used to say yes to everything. I kind of like saying no now. I also get to go home when I say no. Like, I get to go home, I get to rest. So, like, that's really good. But yeah, just knowing, like, if it doesn't align with your goals, your morals and stuff, it's okay to say no. And God will always be there to bless and protect you, so you will be fine. I pinky promise.
Amen. Amen to that. So ladies, yes, please give that a round of applause. Yes. Great responses from everyone. So as we get ready to close this panel, I have one question I'd like to get all your perspectives on. Is this audience today is full of creators who may feel the pressure to pick one niche. What's your advice to someone who wants to be many things but fears that they'll be diluted or not respected by doing so many things at once?
My advice would be just go for it, do it. I think people who feel the need, like, oh, I'm not ready yet, when is it ever going to be the perfect time? Like, no one's ever, like, perfectly ready. So I think just putting yourself out there and then learning as you go is the best advice I could ever give. Someone gave me that advice, and that allowed me to just, like, push myself to do everything I'm doing now and signing up for a whole TV show. It was a girl that told me, just do it, just go for it and stuff. So I was like, okay, why not? And look at me now. If I could find that girl in that elevator,
let's find her.
I would. But that's the advice she
listening.
gave me, and I'm going to give it to you guys. Just go for it. Say yes to everything. Don't feel like, there's 1,000 people doing the same thing, because there probably are 1,000 people doing the same thing, but there's always going to be enough space for everyone to eat. There's enough success for everyone. I pinky promise.
Amazing. Tanya?
Yeah, I think for me, you have to know your why at the end of the day. Like, why are you doing this? My therapist had me do an activity where you put your like baby picture into AI and you put a picture of yourself and you're holding your little self. And it's like you're holding the younger version of you. What would you want for her? How would you show up for her online? And if you can answer that, you're gonna find your why. What does she need? If you're gonna be, have all these different things going on, how can you feed that little girl? What did she need? And I feel like that always reminds me of my why. And that allows me to hold space in all of the areas and all of the things that I want to do because I'm doing it for her. I'm doing it for all the ideas and dreams that she had.
Yes.
And that's been my like power. That's me taking my power back and reminding myself, you're still that girl.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And she's
Andrew?
proud, you
Yes.
know? So I think that's helped me find my why. And people can feel that. When you know your why, your audience will feel it because they see you. You've allowed them to see you now. And you'll show up much better online if you know your why.
I need to go sit down and find my why. This is excellent. Excellent, excellent. Angela?
I would just say if you get overwhelmed with your ideas, just think about putting one foot in front of the other. Like, don't make it this big, grand thing. It's just like, what can I do today that's going to get me closer to the finish line? And just focus on that. And then the other thing I was going to say is, like, don't be afraid to, like, test your audience. Like, a lot of times your audience will tell you, like, what they're feeling and what they're not. And, I mean, even if they're not feeling it, you can still keep putting it out. But they'll help guide you on, like, what kind of content they enjoy. And that helps build the audience, even more. And so don't be afraid to keep throwing stuff out there and just see what sticks. But putting the pressure on yourself that's just a limiting belief. That's just a limited mindset. But as long as you can remove the doubt and just put one foot in front of the other, I promise you will get to where you want to go.
One step at a time, believing in yourself, finding resources where there are opportunities to improve will be the biggest pieces to ensure that you can reach your full potential. So multi-hyphenate era is here to stay. These remarkable ladies are a reminder of this constantly, and we cannot thank you enough for all being with here today.
Thank you for having us,
Thank you.
Maude.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks, guys.
Love you guys.